Hello, welcome to Mystic Noons. Today we're going to find secrets. Secrets. So let's get in that space shuttle, take off from all the cranky places that we happen to sometimes frequent, and discover in the realm of darkness, of light, of the ether, the dark matter, just what is secrets? What are the secrets we should be prepared for? Should we go, oh, voila, look at this? Or should we go, oh my gosh, if I had only known that before? Omens are all around us. There is blatant as a siren for emergencies, as a bird saying good morning, as a greedy little squirrel going, clutching its nuts. Don't eat my nuts. Going, they're my nuts. These are all the things that aware and beware seeks out in the ether. Now, this world is full of trepidations, full of mysteries, full of surprises. And you want to know, is that mist being sprayed a blessing for me? Or it is a talisman. A talisman is still a blessing. Or it's a tag. A tag, mind you, a tag. Do you know that spirits can tag you for happiness? Or tag you for misery? And you think, fate. What is fate? Is fate a group of spirits, demons, entities? A race of beings, alien beings, fate. Who knows what fate is? We have many stories about what fate is. But we don't really know what fate can be. We just use the word. It's like darkness. Do we understand darkness? Just because we can't see clearly or see at all in darkness doesn't mean other beings have the same limitations. No. And this is the world of like time. Time is our fifth constraint, our fifth dimension. So they say. Well, you know, well, of course, scientists believe there's 17 dimensions. Can you? I find it hard, but I'm open. Just like I'm open to peace in this world. You have to be flexible. You have to realize that a lot of the stuff, things, objects, theories, ideas are all conspire to make you stupid, conspire to keep you in a box, conspire to have you an endless cycle of like oppressed and suppressed, like this, and repressed. You have to realize all these things that you've been living in a bloody jar, in a plastic bag. Well, let's break out of that plastic bag and find out just what is the sense of reality. Like in your guts, in your innards, you can feel that something good is coming, can't you? Or you just see, well, gee, I'm entitled. Or no, or you feel like we've been trained to feel more of the beware. I feel something coming. Or you see somebody in the store. It could be a grocery store. And then the person feels like bad vibes. I mean, when somebody is full of the negative, you can see that stuff. You can see, you can smell. It's like body odor. And something is different. You can even tell when somebody is masking that stench of negativity. You can even see it, even though they may not actually have a reason to have that smell, that odor. Your innards tell you that. So anyway, let's see. Hello, how are you? Ellen, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Do you have a sense of foreboding or a sense of blessings coming your way? Do you have the birth of something? Or do you feel like, ooh, Ooh, no words, no words, because you're afraid to put them into words. It's natural. It's natural. Now let's see. We have many things in this. Hello, Kelly. How are you? Glad to see my Capricorns are here. Blessings, blessings, blessings to all. Now, let's see. Everybody lives on the seesaw of like good things happen, bad things happen. I mean, that's what they're called, accidents, or they're calling misfortunes, or they're called blessings, or anointments. A blessing is when you get a job that you needed, but but sometimes a blessing is when you lose a job when you still need it, but you got a blessing because you're no longer supposed to be associated with these people. So you have to read the signs. You have it's flexible. It's like liquid. Sometimes when you have a good drink and then you put a little sugar in it, it tastes sweet. Of course, it tastes sweet. The same thing with salt. It tastes salty. Same thing with the flavor, cinnamon flavor. It's different. The thing is to see, read the signs, read the signs. Now, what is in the ether today? What is in the ether? Well, we live in an evolving world, evolving. But has it always been the same? Maybe it just is our innocence or our blindness is dissolving. We're becoming less blind. We're beginning to see, not just look. Not just look and ask, but we were able to see and think. See and think. Now, what does the Spirit tell us? Let's see. What should we see? We have this card. Let's shuffle some more. See and think. That's the active thing of just being like, okay, I got it. Got what? What did you get? Tell us. Well, not everybody even knows what they got. I don't until I begin to see and think about something. Sometimes though it pays not to think too much about something because the answer is obvious and you shouldn't waste your time. Right? You should not waste your time. So here's a collective message of something we have to. Let's see. I took these 3 cards out. Now let's see here. It concerns the world, big area, large area, screaming out with like, what? What is in this world? There's so many things in this world that's so broad. Tell me more. Ooh. We have the Ace of Swords. Some announcement. It's going to affect a lot of people. Now, what can this announcement be? Ooh, riches. The Ten of Swords. It's a good announcement. Something wonderful is coming. It's coming. Something great. Look at this. We have the Ten of Swords. We have not the Ten of Swords. Excuse me. We have the 10 of Pentacles. Better drink another sip of my tea. Someone, something, some area is getting a blessings. Look at this. Ace of Swords and the world. Well, that's happy news. That's happy news. Somewhere covering an area, not just a particular person, but an area is going to have good news. The Ace of Swords. That's a huge birth of a new idea, a new beginning. And look at everybody's feeling so optimistic about what is being decreed, what is being revealed. Now, could this be? What could this be? Any hints? Have you gotten good news? That you won some money? Someone is like wanting to be with you for the rest of you. A new love interest. That's definitely you and them, the person together. Something. You should look in your email. You should look in your mail. You should something's coming. That's nice. It's nice. Very nice. Very nice. And where is it? Let's find out more about if we can get an area. we can find out this message that, or maybe we should just leave that message because it is soothing, it is nice. Could it be? Let's see. Let's look at this thing. Let's see. Poke my hands in these oracle cards here. Look at where it is. Tell me some more about this message. Mm-mm. Okay, it's just. Ooh. Some handsome. Could this be a handsome sum of money? Could this be a handsome man, a handsome woman, a handsome house, a handsome car? Something handsome. Could this be to the handsome person? Ah, that's interesting. This card's oracle card. Look at these blessings that are just coming out. Blessings. Be aware of, or it could be aware of someone with nice appearance. Aware is going to bring something happy. Happy, 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 happy. Going to announce something happy, happy, happy. Huh? Could be. Could be, could be, could be. Something the world is going to feel good about. Maybe it's peace. 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 Not war. Peace. We'll have to see. Let's take one more. Let's find something. Poking my hands in this bag of oracle cards. We have moon. Ah. New love. New love. Oh. This is definitely geared for romance. New love. Well, a lot of people are going to find themselves with feeling blessed. Because this is a message not just to one. This is a message that people are getting real. People are being real. And they're expressing themselves. And some of us are going to get very nice news. All right, so let's try something else. Let's stick these oracle cards back in. And let's find out more. Let's see. If I lived in the city, what would be? Some of us live in the city, right? Of course. If I live in the city, how should I be? Is there some message that I should be aware of or beware of? Now, if I lived in the city, in a city, I'm not going to be saying Chicago, New York, Paris. No, I'm not going to say. I'm just saying, of course, that's so broad, but as I said, sometimes you can feel things if you really clear out your mind, garbage, other people's thoughts, which is garbage, and you can like feel something good's coming my way. Or I smell some danger. I smell, because we do know those things. You know, when the lion or the lioness goes out to hunt, they can tell what is prey and what they will be the prey. They can tell the atmosphere of plenty or of not plenty. Not to put our actions going to the store as a lion, as wildcat, but I'm just saying that we do have all these abilities that we've been like talked out of feeling. Now, a city person, an urbanite, what should you be aware of? Some urban person. Okay, we have these three cards here. Now, or should you be aware of? Or beware of. Okay. Now we have the Knight of Pentacles. So, this is obviously survival. This is obviously something with keeping your body afloat. And this one. Oh, it affects your household. It affects your household. Your household, mind you. Your group of people, your tight bonds. This is something. Sounds like your tight bonds is going to get aware. Ooh, look at these happy cards. We have the musician. We have the tight bonds. And we have the Page of Pentacles. Look at that. Page of Pentacles. The Four of Wands. And the Magician. Well, this says no matter, keep developing yourselves, urbanites. Keep developing, keep learning, keep seeking, keep growing. You will get that necessary boost to keep your loved ones afloat. So the awareness thing is to keep growing. Keep growing. Don't be disheartened. Don't be dismayed. Keep growing. Keep it. You're on a good path. You're on a good path. Your days of studying, of trying out, perfecting, you're going to get your money is coming your way. Money is coming your way. To those who keep growing, this is entrepreneurship. This is keep growing to protect your loved ones, your house. Your money is coming in. Your money is coming in. Good sign, good sign. Let's take an oracle card and see if there's something in this scenario that we should. We have two cards. First one I picked, two moons. Foolish and poor. Now, make sure that you, I would say, don't be put off by people who say that you are either of those two qualities, because it's your time. It's your time. Your hard work has paid off. Don't listen to others. Remember, you have your close bonds to protect. And they may think you're reaching for the stars, but hey, the stars are reaching for us. We can't stop our purpose in life. And your boat, your ship is coming in. Your money, your reward, your efforts are being acknowledged. So don't I know you've been listening to negative, but wait a minute. You should be aware that something really good is coming your way. Really good. So out there, somebody's been toiling. This is the time right now, before the wars, before the numbers, before the other things happen. But there will always be other things. Today's news is yesterday's dreams. Does that really make sense? But it's true. News today is not news tomorrow. Could be fact too. It could be just blowing in the wind. Blowing in the wind. All right, now, if we were to think about societies, if we were to think about where do we go? Where do we go? I mean, first of all, stop listening to other people. Act on your own interest. Number one, act on your own interest. Your interests are your interests, not your neighbors, not your brother, not your sister, etc. They are your interests. And people have a tendency, you know what? Especially on Facebook or Instagram or things like that, these social media posts, they have a tendency to make, I'm going to paint a rosy picture of what I do, of who I am. Now, I know several people, they hide family insanity. They hide divorce, discourse, and they like to eulogize good things. They create the narrative, the storyline that they want people to know. Well, I mean, it's like, okay, that's phony as, as SHIT, but okay. Who wants to say, oh, my father was locked up in the nut house and he died screaming his lungs out? It's better to put a rosy picture of him having a few drinks and say, he was a good old man. That's human nature. Or that my mother lived to be 100 years old, and for the last 35 years or 40 years, she was dementia. But there's nice saying she was a kind old lady. We won't miss her. These are all the things that people make because they paint rosy pictures. But then again, do we want, as an audience, as the outsiders, to listen to all their details? It was rough. The reality is, people say that I couldn't wait for that person, it could be their husband, their father, to pass on. It's true. It was so painful. It was so mean. Things like that. But who wants to hear that? That's the other side of life. Now, let's see. Now we have so Trump is let's go political, right? Because I mean, so much of our lives are shaped by your president, your PM, your prime minister. Now let's see. Let's just do governments. Now it's funny, always in some other country they're falling apart, and your country is always so groovy. More important than anybody else. And that kind of they think that'll trickle down and make the people work harder and go rah, rah, rah. However, we all live in small enclosures, right? Small enclosures. Roof walls. And then we're further diminished in space to the way our mind works. Yes, your dad was like a devil to you, and he was like, well, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, Kelly. But sometimes the pain, because the pain of listening to status quo, of the control thought of this is what you're supposed to think, is too much. I mean, we as a race of humanity, as peoples, we should be able to accept our minds, quiet our minds. No, this is not so. This is so. We should be able to do that instead of being called names. And so what if they call us names? We should just go, so what? You have a limited vocabulary and you're calling us names. But there are people that, fathers are mean to their daughters. Not all of their daughters, some of their daughters, the daughters they think. And then women allow in their marriages, they let some of their children feel the blunt of the hassles between the mother and the father. It's constant, and it's a drag. It is an effing drag that you have to use your children as a futon, as a shield against the other, against your mate. It happens all the time. In fact, as I said, you go on Facebook or one of these social media things, and wow, you think everybody was so fabulous. And then it's refreshing. Every once in a while, somebody comes along and does a eulogy of the person and goes, that woman or that father, a father of mine, that mother of mine, that father of mine, thank sweet God, that person's gone. Blah, 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 blah. Thank God that person's gone. It's like relief. It's very, very hard, but it's not impossible. The verbal abuse, you're not worth 2 cents, they call you names, They everything you open your mouth, they put their foot in your mouth, and if you say, yeah, I got a really good like business going, yeah, and they go, yeah, you're gonna fail, or or they look at you with contempt. You're excited, or you give them a gift and they wonder how much it costs. It could cost like hundreds and hundreds of dollars, but the fact that you gave the gift, it's only like pennies, or it's like, yeah, look, she gave it to me. What did she do? Find it in the dumpster? Something like that. I mean, it's just yuck, 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 yuck. Some people just spew. They're like so far gone, and they think that they can constantly harm their children, harm their children. So the children can know what it's like to be passed off because they themselves did not have the balls. And I mean that literally in terms of a father and daughter, did not have the balls to be something, to be whom they really were. They didn't have it. So they're going to cripple anything around them. It's a jealousy factor that maybe it's with capitalism, I don't know, socialism, I don't know. There's something about jealousy. It's a very, very bad sin. The sin of jealousy is not just like coveting what you have, it's crippling what you could have. Crippling. And people, well, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Well, anyway, he's dead and he's gone. He's gone. His ghost, kill it. Let's see. Let's just see. How can we get rid of that ghost? Let's see now. That's a ghost. And I know everybody has ghosts in their head. People, their parents are dead, their aunts are dead, their brothers or sisters are dead. And they've said, like, negative, wounding things. Now, how? And let's just hope that he's like up in the Kuiper Belt, repenting, getting hit with all those meteorites and feeling the ouchie ouchie on an ethereal level. Let's see now. How can we get rid of Kelly's ghost? Kelly's ghost being her negative padre. I know that feeling. You know that I know that, Kelly. Yes. How can we get rid of that nasty ghost? I'm just going to go into these cards here. Now I picked 4 cards. Let's get rid of. Is he a message, or he just needs to be put to the grave? Put to the grave. Well, it's a struggle. Okay. Now it ain't easy to get rid of this ghost. This ghost of negative daddy. Negative person. He's just a negative person, and you had the misfortune to know, as well as many others have had the misfortune to have negative parents. And negative parents is also the mother who allows this to happen. Well, poor self-esteem. Yes, that's the whole goal of having to make sure that you could not. So, you know what it is, Kelly? It's like this. Let me tell you. It's like this. Sometimes, like the negative person, they have the apple in the tree theory. The apple can't fall far from the trees because it's come from the trees. Well, they are so scared. He was actually so scared that you would become something greater than him, something more than him, something that could see his pathos, his malignant his lack of ambition, his lack of stamina, his lack. He knew that when your baby's eyes opened up and look at him, you went, oh shit, look what I have. You need strength of character of your own. You need to realize that this person was lacking and taking advantage. He wasn't a father. He was just a vehicle. Well, we have a whole lot of the 10 of Wands, the 9 of Wands, low self-esteem. But the important thing we have in this card is the strength card. We have to get through this. We have to be strong. But let's pick up from the oracle cards. Let's see. Okay, what do we have here? perfect match. Meaning your strength against that bullshit is what's needed. Your strength against this. Your strength against all these messages that you were given. Right? And since we do have the 10 of Wands, that means that you put your mind to it. You can put him in the eternal graveyard. Pushy. Yes, that was his problem. He was trying to push you into like negative places. You must make sure you don't repeat any of these things. Whenever you see yourself getting pushy, stingy, or any other thing that's negative that reminds you of your papa, pray to God. Pray to God. Ask for blessings. Ask for light. I do not want to be like this man. I do not want to have a home. My teepee does not want to be filled with that type of emotion. I will take these signs and I will not repeat his miserable life. That's what you say. That's what you say. Well, forget about him. He's dead. Same thing with all of us. I mean, all of our, it's nothing worth holding on to. And you know, sometimes like I wake up and I hate, and then I say to myself, why am I wasting my time hating? Oh, that nasty person, blah, 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 blah. Endless list, right? And then I go, why am I doing this to my happy home, to my conceived happy home, my brain, my heart? The person's dead, gone, passed away, left shitty memories. All right? I pray. I do not want to be like that. I do not want to be so mean. I have a purpose, and that is not going to be, very few losers, very few people in general want their children to be greater, better than them. They just do. I don't understand it myself, but that's what they want. They want to have, told you so, the last word. We're telling what? How, and you think about it too, Kelly. How was this person's brain even formed, right? It was formed with propaganda. You must do this, you must do that, from like the ABC, NBC, or whatever the TV shows were back then. I mean, if your mind is formed with somebody else's written words, somebody else's thoughts, I think they hammer, you turn the television, do, you must. Turn off the TV, turn off it. Do they even know what day it is if they don't listen to their daily injection of somebody else's thought? So, anyway, Kelly, prayer, meditation, and realistic thought is the way that you can put to rest. That's one thing you are aware of. You should aware of that was his limited mind, his limited cold heart. You're aware of that. And you have to be aware of repeating and being like him, because when you are like him, you are making him live again. But when you use prayer, when you're aware of like he was a super asshole through reasons it doesn't even matter why he was an asshole. He was an asshole. Asshole. Keep it simple. Because we got things to do right now. You have things to do right now that don't entail thinking about one poor sad man. And unfortunately, that's what, when we get negative experiences, we're not supposed to utilize. I'm saying it wrong too, but we're not supposed to honor crap. We're not supposed to go Wow. No, we're supposed to go, yuck, eek, thank God. Ooh, the end. Good riddance. Good riddance. You were supposed to feel peace. Exactly. 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 It's like both of my, you can have people that have both of their parents are alive. Their passing is a blessing. Thank God they're gone. It's like, oh, you don't need that criticism. You don't need that stuff. You don't need it. End it. Goodbye. Walk away. Walk away. And we walk away. We walk away. We walk away. So I mean, what was the purpose of being negative? Of having negative energy is replaceable. Always remember that negative energy is replaceable with positive energy. Positive energy replaces negative energy. Just like, exactly, exactly. Are things going better for you? I know it's a bit of a struggle, but things will get better as long as you keep the strength up and you realize, and you just like, what you can even do is just keep a little diary, and just you can put sometimes when you think about the creep, just put a little blip here and there, and then like change the you and him to maybe like a family of bunnies, a family of birds, squirrels, anything, right? Change it to a different species. And you put these little, and then you go, instead of going like, he said, you can go, the father squirrel said this to the little girl squirrel, and give them names. And then you can find yourself with your little entries, you can have a little short story. You can have a little short story. Then you take your camera and go outside in the forest, the park, and just go snap some squirrels. If you so choose to use squirrels, you can go to a farm, an animal farm. I'm sure they have animals there. You can do like an animal farm thing, and then you have a little story, and you could like self-publish it, and there it is, something positive out of something negative. So and then I mean, a lot of blessings, awareness, enlightenment, dimension shifting comes from unlikely sources. It doesn't come from a life of like, oh, it's so nice. It's so nice. I feel so good. I feel so good. I feel so good. Oh, it's so nice. No. Dimension opening, remote viewing, astral projection, knowing contact with others, being aware, your sixth, seventh, and eighth sense chakras opening up comes from disturbances. Disturbances. It comes from like, oh, I'm suffocating in this small world I'm in. Open up doors. The spirits open up doors. Being an empath, in fact, having empathy is opening up a door. It's opening up doors. See where it leads you. See where it leads you. Feeling free is like going someplace else. You've gone someplace else. And then, yes, to have them gone, to have them gone. And just replace it with positivity. Go to, volunteer at like, someplace, an animal, whenever you're feeling something, go in there and like, animal shelter. Go scoop some poop or feed the kitties or something. You know, go out and scream in the woods. Whatever you got to do. Main thing is don't keep it bottled up. And then when you release that negativity, you're aware that something is good is coming. Because I got rid of those negative things. That's all. I got rid of it. Now, would anybody like a reading? Anybody like to know what? What? What that they should possibly be on the lookout for? And of course, our todays are our yesterdays, and like some people, we have to, just put to rest certain things. Put to rest. See, even some people, oh, so and so took advantage of me. If only I knew. So they're going around being all creepy now. Or there's just people that are creepy. I mean, people are reacting in very strange ways. And they don't realize that we, as the people, hold the power. We hold the power. I mean, they can put the food in front of our faces, but we have to use our hands to get it into our bodies. It's the same thing with psychic, mental, spiritual, or vibrations. We have to put it into us. We have to put it into us. Now, is there some kind of, when you go to a store, is there somebody that giving you a look? A look. Have you seen this person before? Sometimes, when you go to the grocery store, right? You see these people, you may never see them again. But you can feel, are they concentrate on the items on the shelf, on the aisle? Or are they watching you? Do they see something? When you walk in the store, sometimes somebody stares at you. And you're going like, we're very aware when we walk around who's looking. Sometimes people in your apartment building, in your house. Maybe you live in an apartment in a house. You can feel that person like trying to listen to you. Trying to, like sip, slurp, drink your vibration. Sometimes you feel it like, this strangeness around. Well, if you have if you want a reading, I'm here. I'm here, okay? So if you'd like to have a reading, let me know. Do you want to do a read? Do you want to do a read, Kelly? Okay. So if you can make a donation, that would be helpful. What kind of question do you have? Yeah. Well, I'm in the mood for particular questions. Particular questions. I mean, there's so many things happening. I mean, in the United States, we have a change of leadership. We have so many things that are like going crazy. So many people are like feeling strange, acting strange. We know that something's building, and and then we have winter's coming. What is winter? Oh, winter is in another month and a half. Oh, and you do know that we are having, the alien discussion in U.S. Congress. Can you believe it? Right? They want to know. This is the question. The entire, all the United States government is going to go. Are there or are there not aliens, folks? Yuck, 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 yuck. Now, of all times to do it now, really, when we know that, this is what we do know, right? We do know that it's a need to know basis, right? A need to know, like every other thing in the American society, it's a need to know. Otherwise, shut up. That's what they do. You don't need to know this. You don't know that. Yak 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 yak. Like some I mean, it's just so tiered. Bottom tiered, middle tiered, upper tiered. However, the facts are up in your face, and you just can go, look at this. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, look at these huge buildings. Did they go to like some engineering Harvard school type school? No. Did they go to Oxford to learn how to do all these things? No. But they exist. Now, these little sugar shacks we've been building the last 100 or so years or less, what do they look like? They look like crap. And the more time goes on, get back to the usual thing. Congress is going to say, yes, they are other people, other beings out there. Well, I don't think we have to. This is what we shouldn't do as the people. We shouldn't wait. We should say yes, stupidos. We know that there are aliens. Duh. We should just go the word duh, because you know why we know? Because 14 million galaxies, like the Milky Way galaxies, are like being mapped out. 14 million. I mean, not even 1,400. 14, no, million. So the universe is amazing. I mean, this is and since this Earth is so damn old, because Earth itself is almost 5 billion years old, 5 billion. So I mean, we aren't the first creatures to habitate this planet. We know that. And every time there's information, there's this, there's that, it gets hushed up. Oh no, we can't tell you little people, us little people. They don't trust us. You know why? Because then we start asking questions. We start questioning the structure of the present day societies. And then we also ask, where'd you get that? Who gave you that? And then it's open up to a whole too many questions that they don't want to share the answers for. So, I mean, just do the math. If you do the math, you think about things. Like I remember, or I know that, let's see now, 60 years ago, in fact, they had prototypes of the phone, the video phone. And what else did they have? They showed us like a bunch of, they showed the masses. I mean, and you even take like that TV show, Stargate, that they had on too, Stargate. They called it Stargate. Like, you honestly don't think that people travel, creatures, beings, entities, whatever you want to call them, travel by plane from one planet to another planet to another planet? That would take, you'd probably be, by the time you got from one place to other, you'd be dust. You would have disintegrated. Of course, there's stargates. Of course, there's stargates. That's the whole thing. We don't have to fear. We should not fear the people as people being flexible and allowing ourselves to think for ourselves logically, logically, logically. I mean, even you think about the old buildings. I mean, some of these old buildings, what do they have, like 30-foot tall doorways, 25, 30-foot doorways and ceilings? For what, little us? When 6 feet is tall? And why is an extra, 30 feet up there for? For what? A sense of ominous, like being impressed. And there's many ways to be impressed, and creating space you don't use is not that. It's not that. So, I mean, we do, it's like something's going on. Something. We are part of, it's like, okay, so you have your tribe, you have your family, you have your tribe, you have your neighbors, community, but it's much more bigger than that. That's why we have to get beyond all this, like, imposed, statistics, political statistics, and get into the bigger picture. Because when those hostile beings, let's just say some of them, they're not all friendly, we want to be friends with you, stupid warlike humans. No. They do not want to be friends with us because they know we can't be trusted. They may want to eat us because, as I mentioned before, there's not that much difference than once we're skinned of any other mammal that's skinned on the planet. I've seen human dissection, so there's not much. There's no difference. There's no difference. So, we have to come together and grow. We have to grow a set of staminas, like that lion, Kelly, like that lion. We have to be strong and realize that our leaders are not our mommies and daddies. And we're like little kids. We're not little kids. We're grown-ass people. And they're just a grown-ass person being bossy. And do we follow a lunatic? Do we follow? No. Yes, they can talk whatever they want to talk. But the government is supposed to help the people. And does any government really help the people? We have to question that. And why should we need these bureaucracy to tell us how to talk, how to walk, what things to put in our bodies? Why? For the greater good of the community, of the masses? No, I think it's pocketbook. I think it's the fattening of the pocketbook. And I think if we did a broad connection, we'd find out. However, that's freedom's way. Freedom's way is to explore oneself and then consult the ether that surrounds you. Connect. Connect the air, the spirits, because not all of us have seeable bodies, at least to our eyes, right? At least to our eyes. Well, if anybody wants to have a paid personal reading, I am here for you.